can walk. Are y'all all walking? All y'all back here, clear out. Move over. The House of Ebony, step to the left. The House of Prodigy, step to the right. What house is this back here? Y'all need to... Can y'all back up? House of Ebony, back up. House of Prodigy, back up. Just back up, keep it clear because they can't see right here and they pay all that money for a table, y'all got to move. Excuse me.
Great.
All right. We're ready, Lucky. Ebony. Judges, pay attention. It's two scenarios. Is the House of Ebony going first?
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Docket number ended 128, Philadelphia Police Department versus Trey Jackson. Charges murder in the second degree.
Counsel, do you waive readings of your rights and charges? And how does your client plead?
Your Honor, I'm an intern representing an attorney who got sick from COVID-19. My client pleads not guilty.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I represent Pennsylvania Police Department. Jackson got out for my as on duty. Also, I had used that information to see what which shows use for the city track protocol. Just that Texas Ballroom, the church is not compliant, George. I'm asking you to go back to the right before.
Alright, what's going on?
That's how it's been.
Is that production?
That's my case.
My client was peacefully closing his family's deli in Philly when an off-duty Caucasian police officer in plain clothes, known as Officer Craig White, entered and made him fear for his life. My client did not know the stranger was a police officer, since Officer White was not in uniform. The man pointed a gun at my client and then grabbed and dragged him. Luckily, my client was able to break free and call 911. Right as he did, this man, in plain clothes, shot and missed my client. My client had a choice: kill or be killed. The prosecution will try to charge my client with murder, but my client killed in self-defense.
Hello?
According to Exhibit G, Section 505, Paragraph 2.2, Subsection 4. This gives my client the right to act in self-defense, since Officer White was not in uniform and not acting within his official duties. Also, my client had a reasonable right to be fearful. If you look at Exhibit E, you see Officer White had a direct racial bias against black people, who he referred to as, quote, dumbass monkeys. I'm confident that jurors will see that my client is innocent and acting in self-defense.
Why didn't you ask the man was a police officer when he asked you to stop resisting?
It was a gun to my head, so I was afraid.
Are you even old enough to use a gun?
I'm not sure, but my parents told me only use it in case of a life or death situation, for emergencies only, you know?
No further questions.
Have you had any run-ins with the police in the past?
I went for all A's in school, and a lot of my family are law enforcement, so I have a great relationship with law enforcement.
What was on your mind at the time Officer White came in and pointed a gun at your head?
The neighborhood that I work in is not the safest, and the cop, he wasn't in uniform, so I couldn't really identify him initially.
No further questions.
Do we have a mob? On the sole count of the indictment, murder in the second degree. How does the jury find it?
We find the defendant not guilty.
Tens across the board. Give Ebony a round of applause. Clap, bitches. Mizrahi, Alex Mizrahi, you got that, Lucky?
Of course.
And then after that, we'll go with Nick Prodigy and then James West. Can we please have a mop, please? Any staff in the building? We need a mop pronto to the stage, please.
The Mizrahi productions are always on point.
Great. All right, Ms. Rahi, are we ready? Thumbs up. Alex, are we ready? Thumbs up. Perfect. Need play the production, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, from ABC's headquarters in New York, we are interrupting regular programming because there is a major development in the case of Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old black woman killed in her apartment by Louisville Metro Police during the botched execution of a no-knock search warrant in March. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron is about to announce the grand jury decision, which we've just learned. Charges against one officer for wanton endangerment.
I know that many in Louisville and across the Commonwealth and country have been anxiously awaiting the completion of our investigation into the death of Miss Breonna Taylor. Prior to this announcement, I spoke with Ms. Palmer, Breonna Taylor's mother, to share with her the results from the grand jury. Many of you in this room know that I had the opportunity last month to meet in person with her and other members of Miss Taylor's family, including Miss Bianca Austin and Miss Janaya Palmer. I want to once again publicly express my condolences. What I can provide today are the facts, which my office has worked long and hard to uncover, analyze, and scrutinize since accepting this case in mid-May. I urge everyone listening today to not lose sight of the fact that a life has been lost, a tragedy under any circumstances. Evidence shows that officers both knocked and announced their presence at the apartment. The officer's statements about their announcement are corroborated by an independent witness who was near in proximity to apartment 4. In other words, the warrant was not served as a no-knock warrant.
One chop. But it's a 2-chop rule. Anybody else chopping?
No justice!
Continues. Mrs. Big Prodigy Lucky.
Yes, because we need it badly. Hey, is this your production? Can we bring them out, please? Bring them out. Please do. This is Nick Prodigy. James West, UNS. Judges.
The ambulance tonight, tensions are high as 4 police officers have been fired after a man was pinned to the ground.
Y'all hear me from here? I need a mic.
Jack Revlon will go after James West.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time this afternoon. As you know, Dorian has a case of COVID and is not going to be able to attend this case. So I'm going to be standing in his stead for Marquise Carter here.
Judges, get into the production, get into what he's giving, get into all of it, pay attention to all of it, get into it, get into everything, pay attention to everything. Observe what he's giving, observe the whole presentation, get into all of it. What do you think? Are you feeling it? What is going on? Do you like what's going on? Do you see what's going on? Anything else you want to say?
We're here today with my client, Marquise Carter, a young, talented, creative, artistic man from the city of Philadelphia who been illfully painted in the uncharacteristic light of a murderer, when instead, he's actually the victim. To set the scene, my client was at a bodega, going on a usual run just to get his run for the store, bring home to the kids, get his groceries, when he stopped by 2 ETs. The DTs.
Tens across the board. Thank you, baby. Puerto Rican, with light, with gorgeous. Man. Don't smack me right now. Smack me later. Hit me later. Anybody else walking?